Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm heading to the Kia showroom here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to take a look at the new 2023 model of the Kia Sportage or Sportage, whatever you want to call it. I'll be taking you on a tour of the exterior and the interior and showing you all the features of the new Sportage, and at the end I'll tell you if it's a good buy or not. And by the way, before we go on with the video, I just wanted to give a big thanks to Mr. Samsuddin. He is the sales representative here in the Kia showroom of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And if you're watching this video in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia and you're looking to buy a Kia and you need to do some inquiries, you can go ahead and contact Mr. Samsuddin. I'll be leaving his contact information down in the description below, so do feel free to contact him. And if you are new to the channel, guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well, and do turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And now let's take a look at the Sportage. Alright guys, so here it is, the 2023 model of the Kia Sportage or Sportage, because it is pronounced in different ways in different countries. Like in the European market, many people call it the Sportage, but in the American market, people call it the Sportage. So it's up to you how you want to call it. But here it is, and first things that I have to say, it does look quite good. And before we go ahead and talk about the design, let me tell you a bit about the Sportage and where it stands in the market. Most of you might probably know that the Sportage competes with the cars like the Toyota RAV4, the Honda CR-V, then its own sister car, the Hyundai Tucson, and you also have the Mazda CX-5. So it competes in that class. And personally, I think that this Sportage, the 23 model year, is one of the best looking models among all of its competitors. You might have different opinions, but this is my opinion. I do really like it a lot, and especially in this green color that we have over here, it does look quite good. And it is a metallic color, by the way, so you can see the shine over there, and it does look quite good. So let's talk about the Sportage that we have in this showroom over here, and let me just come over to the details. So in Saudi Arabia, we have like kind of 5 variants of the Sportage. There is like the base variant and the like normal and normal plus that have the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. But this model that we have over here has the 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that you see over here, and that has like 3 different trims. For the 1.6, you have like a mid specification, then you have this EX, which is kind of like a full option, and then you also have the GT line, which has a bit more sportier design inside and out, and that is the top of the range over here in Saudi Arabia, the GT line. If you don't like the design of the GT line, then the EX is the full option model, and all of the cars that have the 1.6-liter engine over here are standard with 4-wheel drive, so you don't get any option over there. And here are some of the specifications. So we have a 7-speed dual clutch, we have 4-wheel drive, 180 horsepower. The torque is not mentioned, so I'm currently not sure, but I'll mention it later on. Then you can see the fuel economy, the tank capacity is 54 liters, and here are all the features. I'll just go through them slowly. If you want to take a closer look at them, you can just pause the video. Then we come to the price. So you can see the car has a 5-year or 100,000 kilometer warranty. I know that in US and Canada you have like a 7-year warranty, but here we have a 5-year one. And the base price you can see is 130,000 riyals, but with all the added tax and admin fees, the total price comes up to 151,223 riyals. I'll just convert it into dollars for you guys. Just keep in mind, cars here in Saudi Arabia are more expensive than their counterparts from US and Europe because you know, the VAT and import taxes, so the car is naturally more expensive. So let's talk about the design now. And as you can see, they have totally updated the Sportage for the 2023 model. Here's the key, by the way, standard Kia key with the new logo. You have your lock, unlock, hold for remote start, and you have a button to open the tailgate remotely. So let's start with the design. Up front we have the new Kia logo, which I really like a lot. Then we have the updated tiger nose grille that you can see is pinched right in the middle, and you have a nice silver trim that goes around over here. Up top you have piano black, but I do like this finish on the front over here, and it does look really good. Then as we come down, you can see the updated grille, which is quite open for allowing airflow to the engine, and the design is pretty good. You have nice shapes, and this section over here has a nice texture, and it does make the car look overall pretty aggressive. Coming down, we have the bumper. You can see we have some nice chrome accents or steel accents right over there, which again looks pretty good. And you have your lower bumper, which is fully open for allowing airflow. Down over there at the lower bumper, you can also see the fog lamps, and overall it is a pretty good looking front end. And then let's take a look at the headlights. So the headlights are pretty good looking, by the way, according to me. Many people don't like it. They say it looks like an checked, but I don't think so. Let me just turn them on so that you can see how they look. So here are the headlights turned on. You can see we have a nice boomerang shaped LED DRL which looks quite good, and these are how the indicators look when they're turned on. Down below you can see we have the full LED headlights which look quite good, and those are the fog lamps. For some reason they didn't turn on, but overall this is the headlights which look quite good. Then we come over to the side, and the side profile of the Sportage is quite good. There is a bit of a difference in the side profile when you compare the Sportage that we get over here versus the Sportage that you get in the American and Canadian markets. I'll show you the difference later on, but first let's take a look at this part over here where we have the wheels, and obviously you have this nice piano black over here. It's not a flat black material, it's a piano black finish, but it does look quite good. Then on this particular full option model we have the 19-inch rims. I think as standard it comes on 18s or 17s, I'm not sure though, but these 19-inch rims look quite good. You have your new Kia logo. It has a nice diamond cut finish, and these rims over here are sitting on 235 section tires, so the width is 235, and you have a nice chunky 50 series sidewall, so road comfort will be quite good, and you also have good size of brakes at the back. Then moving over here we have your side view mirror along with the indicator integrated inside. This particular model does not have the full 360-degree camera system. That's why there was no camera at the front bumper, and there is no camera underneath the mirror as well. I think that's only available on the GT line model. Then moving down along the side, you can see down at the doors we have a nice silver trim along with some piano black right at the bottom, which looks quite good. Then you do have quite nice body lines as well. You have a crease that goes along over here and another crease on top over there, which is again quite good. And then the window line itself is quite good looking as well. You have a silver trim right only on the bottom, the rest of it is black, and then the silver trim continues up top over here, which goes along the roof spoiler over there and covers it on the other side. Up top you have black roof rails along with the black shark fin antenna. So the main difference that I was talking about between the Sportage that we get here and the American and Canadian market one is over here on this side, the rear 3/4. This is how the profile looks in the car we have over here. So you can see we have this silver trim, and this part over here it is just cut short, but this is the window line of the Sportage that you get in the Canadian and American markets. So you can see it has a longer window line, and it visually makes the Sportage look longer, but as you can see in this case over here it makes it look a bit smaller, but overall the size is the same. It's just a design feature. One thing that would have looked good if they continued the silver trim up till here, it would have been a nice Z-shaped continuation, which would have looked good according to me. Then this is the rear wheel, same 19-inch rim, the same size tires in the front, and you have the same piano black material on the wheel arch. So let's move on to the rear. Okay, so we are at the rear of the new Kia Sportage. So I'll show you the design. So the silver trim that I talked about on the side comes around and wraps around the roof spoiler right over here, which looks quite good. You have your third brake light right up top over here. I hope you can just see that. And then we come to one of my most favorite design features at the rear. You can see this section which curves up over here, and this part which joins the light bar over here. It is taken from the Kia EV6, which is Kia's electric car, and the design of the Kia EV6 is one of my favorites. So this design is naturally pretty good looking as well. Many people also prefer the rear 3/4 or the rear design of the Kia Sportage when compared to the front. And then this is how the tail light looks when it's turned on. You can see the LED which has a nice shape to it, and this is how the indicators look. Sadly, you can see this part over here, it is not a full length light bar at the back. I hope they had done that. It would have looked quite good, but they just decided to connect it with the black plastic, and it's not a full length light bar. Then down below we have the Kia logo, we have the Sportage logo, and since this is 4-wheel drive, we have the 4X logo. This design feature I do like a lot. The rear bumper is in black, which separates the car design from up top over here, and it looks quite good. Over here you can see we have the rear camera, you have your place to hold the number plate, and along the side you have your parking sensors. And then here you can see we have the rear fog lights which have a silver trim around them, and you can see there is a kind of a skid plate design which is in silver, and it looks quite good. So basically that's all there's to show on the exterior of the Kia Sportage. Let me know in the comments below that do you like the design of the new Kia Sportage, or do you prefer the designs of the RAV4, the CR-V, CX-5 or the sister car, the Hyundai Tucson. So now that we're done with the exterior design, let's take a look at the boot space that we have in the Kia Sportage. So to open the boot, you have a button right over there, you have a button in the interior, or you can open it via the key fob. It's not an electrically operated boot for some reason. It's a manually operated one, so maybe you get the electric boot if you go for the full option GT line model. So as you can see, there is a good amount of space in the boot of the Kia Sportage. To be exact, you have 637 liters of space. Because it is the non-hybrid version, you have a lot more space. I think the hybrid version you have around 580 liters, but we don't get that here in Saudi Arabia, so we have plenty of space. 637 liters, that is like 22.5 cubic feet, which is quite good, and I think among its competitors it is one of the largest, so again a pretty nice positive. You do have a 12-volt socket, you have LED lights, and you do have some hooks all around with tethering points. And let's see if this has underfloor storage. You do have some underfloor storage along with the spare tire, as you can see. You also have this privacy cover over here, which is quite high quality, and that is pretty nice. You also have the levers to fold down your rear seats, and you can do that by pulling this over here. So you can see the seats fold down flat. Then you have quite a bit of space so that you can load in longer items, and you can also, if you don't want the load cover, you can store it under the boot floor, and then you have full access to the boot over here. So I think that's all there is to show in the boot space. Now let's move on and take a look at the engine bay. Here's the engine bay of the new Kia Sportage, and in Saudi Arabia we have only two engine options. We have the naturally aspirated 2-liter engine, and we have this, the 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. So this engine produces 180 horsepower. I don't have the figure for the Newton meters, but I'll put it down below. The 1.6-liter engine is attached to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The 2-liter, I think it has a torque converter transmission, but this one has the dual clutch, and it has 4-wheel drive. So currently I don't have the numbers with me, that is regarding the performance, but I'll be posting it over here so you can take a look at that along with the weight of the car, so you can go through all the details right over here. And I think that's all there is to show in the engine bay. Let's move on to the interior, and I'll show you the changes Kia have done over there. So before we move on to the interior, I wanted to show you the fuel efficiency of this particular car. So we have the 1.6-liter engine, and it comes out to excellent, that is 16.1 kilometer per liter, and this car has a 54-liter fuel tank. I'll convert it into miles and gallons for you guys so that you have a better idea, but overall you can calculate how good the fuel economy will be. Obviously if you go for the hybrid variants, you will have better fuel economy, but since we don't get the hybrid over here, this is the best that we get. So now let's head on to the interior. So we do have keyless entry, and I have already unlocked the car, by the way. So let's take a look at the door trim now. Since this is the full option, we have quite a lot of nice materials in here, and the interior color scheme is two-tone as well. So we have a black and beige, as you can see. So the materials on the door trim are quite nice. You have the soft touch material right over here. I don't think this is leather, but it is quite nice and soft touch. Then you have the door handles right over here, which are a nice design. You do have this kind of mesh design, and it is textured, by the way, and it looks quite good, better than the piano black that we get over here, because this will catch a lot of fingerprints. This won't. Here you can see we have the leather, the beige leather, which is nice and soft. You have black leather over here, which is again quite good. Then you have your window switches, your side mirror controls. Then down below, this part is a bit of a scratchy plastic, but the quality of the plastic is good. It doesn't feel overly cheap. Then down below we have more soft touch material along with your speakers. This one does not have the upgraded Harman Kardon speakers that you get in Europe or in America. These are the standard speakers, and you have a good amount of door storage as well. Then moving down, you can see we have silver sill plates, and these are how the seats look. So it is leather, but you do have some suede material over here, but other than that the whole seat is in leather, and it is quite nice and soft, and you do have electric adjustability for your seats. So that's all there is to show. Let's take a seat inside and I'll show you around the interior. Okay, so I'm in the interior of the new Kia Sportage, and one thing that I have to say that the overall visibility is quite good because the dash is pretty low. You can quite easily judge the corners of the car, and you can quite easily place the car and drive it easily. Then let's take a look at the dashboard quality that we have, and you have nice soft touch materials right over here, so the quality is pretty nice. This particular model does not have a heads up display. I think the GT line model gets it, but this one does not have it. Then you can see we have the new dashboard design that is on the Kia K8, and also on the Kia EV6 and most of the newer Kia models that are coming. So you have two 12.3-inch displays. On the base models, you don't have digital displays. On this side, you only have an analog speedometer and tachometer. Also, you have a smaller main infotainment display on the base models. But as you can see on the full option models, you have these 12.3-inch displays. Then let's talk about the space. So as you can see, I have an okay amount of headroom. I am wearing this cap, that's why it is touching the roof. But without the cap, I did check, I do have a good amount of headroom, so that's not an issue. The seats are quite comfortable as well. I am 6'4" or 195 centimeters, so that should give you a bit of an idea. And also I do have a larger body size, but I do fit pretty comfortably in these seats, and I think I can do a long journey in them easily, so that's not an issue. Then let's take a look around the cabin. Here's your new steering wheel. You have the new Kia logo, and the quality is pretty nice. You have your silver inserts right over here. You do have some buttons around the steering wheel, so you have some mode buttons, your call function, favorite button, volume controls. Then you have your button to control the gauge cluster right over here, and you do have some cruise control buttons as well. On this side over here, you have the traction control button and the electronic parking brake, and behind the steering wheel you have your light controls and your windshield wiper controls, and you do have your paddle shifters as well. And the steering wheel itself is a manually adjustable one. This is not electrically operated. But now that's all done, let's take a look at the gauge cluster that we have over here. So it is a 12.3-inch display like I told you, and to control it you can use this button right over here. So as I click it, so you can see we have it goes into this car setting right over here. Then as you go through the menu over here, so from the speedometer we have the drive information or the trip computer. You have another trip computer, then the accumulated info for your trip computer, and back to your speedometer. Then if you press this button again, you go to your information setting. I think this one shows how much power is going to each wheel. Then you go down and you have your tire pressure monitoring system. Then you press this again and you have all your safety systems. So this will show you your lane assist and cruise control and stuff. This shows you your attention level. If that attention level is low, it will beep and tell you to stop on the side and take a break while driving. Down below you can see we have the fuel economy meter, and over here you have your range left with your fuel level and engine temperature and your odometer. Then let's move on to the central infotainment display. So a 12.3-inch display, pretty high quality, and you can customize it however you want. These are like the menu tiles. So currently you can see it has the climate, your FM and phone projection on it, but you swipe across and you have more menu systems. So you have your phone, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, radio, USB voice memo, climate control, and you have your settings. So in the settings you can do a lot of stuff. You have your general settings, you have your vehicle settings. This thing does have ambient lighting as well. So I'll just show you the ambient lighting. You can see the blue color that is showing up on the sides, and you can change it to different colors whatever you want. So it is the standard Kia system. If you want to take a better look at it, I'll link my Kia K8 video over here. In that I have explained this system in a lot more detail, so if you want to check that out, you can check it out. Then moving down, this is the part that I do like a lot. Many people don't like it, but I think this is a pretty nice design feature. So right now, as you can see, we have the shortcut buttons for your infotainment display, but if you press the fan button over here, it changes the displays and its function to your climate control functions, which is quite good. And as you can see, these scroll buttons over here, right now it can control the volume and the power for your FM, but if you go into the climate control settings, it controls your temperature. So I think that is quite a smart thing to do, and it integrates quite a lot of functions in just a small space. So that is pretty good. Then moving down to the center console, you have this nice soft touch beige material right over here which protects your knee, and you have quite a lot of piano black, so that means you'll have to constantly clean it. But let's open this up, and inside you have a 12-volt socket, a USB-A port and a USB-C port, and you also have wireless charging, which is ventilated by the way, so that your phone doesn't overheat. Then here we have your engine start stop button. Then here we have your ventilated seats, heated seats, heated steering wheel, and again same for the passenger, heated and ventilated seats. Then you have your rotary gear selector, which I think is quite nice. By the way, if you go for the base model of this Kia Sportage, you have a different style of shifter. I'll just put up a photo of it. Then moving down, we have your hill descent control, auto hold, and your camera button as well. So like I told you, this does not have the 360-degree camera view, but we do have only one rear camera, and you have two different views on it. This is like the standard view, but then you have a top-down view as well, like a kind of like the towing camera type of view. But that's it, you have two views. And then we have your drive mode button. So you have different drive modes. You can see we have eco, and the gauge cluster changes its theme according to your drive mode. Then we have normal, then we have sport, and then we have smart. So you can keep the driving mode according to what you want. We'll just keep it normal. And you also have a lock button for your 4-wheel drive. So if you press that, that will lock the differential of the 4-wheel drive system. Then you do have your cup holders right over here. So these cup holders move over here like this, and when you press this button, they will come out so that you have a better grip for your cups. And the ambient lighting continues over here as well. Then here you have your center console, nice and soft, and you have a decent amount of storage. No USB ports inside though, but that's okay. And then the dashboard design, as you can see over here, has these quite good looking vents, and this kind of mimics the front light design, and overall the dashboard design is quite good. Then we have your glove box. And also one more thing I forgot to tell you or show you, you can see this mesh material or mesh design material on the dashboard over here as well, which looks quite good. Then that's your glove box, decent amount of storage, and it's not lined with felt or anything, but you do have a good amount of storage. Here's your rear view mirror. Then up top you have your button to control the sunroof and your lights. So let me show you the lights. So you have an LED light right over there and two LED lights over here as well, and that's your button to control the sunroof. So we do have a panoramic sunroof, which is available only on the models that have the 1.6 liter engine. The models with the 2 liter engine don't have the panoramic sunroof. So that's all there is to show in the front seats of the Kia Sportage. Now let's head into the back seats and I'll show you the space over there. So this is the rear section of the car, and I have the door currently open. So the door trim is similar to the one in the front, but this material over here is not as soft as the one in the front. So they have done some cost cutting over here. You have the same style of door handle, the same material, and the other materials over here, like the armrest is nice and soft. You have the same soft touch beige material over here, and you have some soft touch plastic down at the bottom with very small door storage space though. And that's your speaker grill along with your window control in that same piano black. And then these are the seats. So same leather seats as in the front, and you have that same suede design on the shoulder side over here. And now let's take a seat inside and I'll show you the features over there. So I'm in the back seats of the Kia Sportage, and I don't have a lot of space, and that's to be expected. This is a small mid-size SUV, and most of the SUVs in this class don't have that much space in the back seat for a 6'4" guy or 195 centimeter guy. So that's something to be expected. So one piece of advice, if you're a tall guy, stick to sitting in the front and make all the people that are shorter than you sit at the back. But let me show you the headroom. So as you can see, I have an okay amount of headroom. The cap is touching the roof line over here, but without the cap I do have an okay amount of headroom, so that's not an issue. So tall people are okay with the headroom over here, but if you do want some legroom, then someone shorter than you should be sitting in the front so that they push the seat a bit forward and you have a lot more space. If you want to create more space for yourself, you can see we have some buttons over here. So this controls the backrest over here, and this controls the main seat, or so that you can slide it forward. So as I press that, I can create more room for myself, and now I'm quite comfortable over here. So let's take a look at some of the features. So around the side I showed you those buttons, but you also have a USB-C port on both the seats. You have a small coat hook hanger over here, and you have some seat back pockets. Then on the headrest itself, at the back, you have these coat hangers. For some reason, I don't know, many people are confused as to what this is, but these are coat hangers. You can hang your suit or coat on this. Then at the back, you do have some reading lights as well, and you can control them via the button over here. They are LED. You have some more coat hooks over here, and you have your grab handle. In the middle, you do have your AC vents. No temperature control though. So it's only a 2-zone in the front, and you have a storage space over there. On this side, you do have an armrest. So let me just pull it down. It's a good sized armrest, and it is pretty comfortable as well. And you do have two cup holders. By the way, they are not covered, which they should be, but it's okay. So that's all there is to show in the Kia Sportage. I hope you enjoyed the video a lot. And what do I personally think about it? I really like the design, the exterior design of the Sportage. The interior design is quite good as well. You do have quite a lot of features, so that ticks all the boxes in my checklist, by the way. Only thing, the rear seats don't have a lot of space. That is something to be expected in this class though, but just make sure that if you are someone who is looking to buy the Sportage, just make sure to adjust the seats according to yourself and height, and then sit in the back seat and check if you have enough space for yourself. So that might give you an idea before buying this Sportage. But other than that, overall the interior and the exterior are quite good. Driving impressions though, obviously I couldn't drive it. Currently there are no test drive units available, but from what I've read about it, the Sportage does drive quite well. It does not have sporty handling characteristics, so don't expect that from this, but the overall ride comfort that you expect from this class of SUV is there, and I think you should highly consider the Sportage if you're looking to buy something in this segment. That includes the RAV4, the CR-V, the CX-5, or the sister car, the Hyundai Tucson. The design might not be to your taste or to everyone's taste, but many people do like it. If you want to go for a bolder choice, I think this Sportage is something you should consider. But overall, that's all I had to say. If you enjoyed the video guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well. Do turn on your bell notifications so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And thanks for watching guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.